afternoon, everyone. My name is Christy Berganzi. I am a mind, body, and soul connection coach. Welcome to you, and thank you for joining us today. Today, we are going to be having a little conversation about who your spirit guide team is. Have you ever wondered who is helping you out there? Or have you ever heard spirit guide or spirit team and didn't know what people were talking about? Well, if you have, then you're definitely in the right spot. Today, we are going to talk about who your spirit guide team is, who they're not, and also a little bit about your loved ones, what happens when they cross over, and if they're part of your spirit team, how that works. So again, welcome. My name is Christy Berganzi. I am a mind, body, and soul connection coach. What I am so passionate about is helping women who are ready for that life change find their spirituality and their authentic soul self so that they can start leading the life they're truly meant for. One that really feels connected to them, full of fulfillment without the fear of judgment and life change. Life change can be a little scary. So let's start exploring your spirit team. Let's find out who they are. And if you are out there, we are streaming 3 different locations. Our home group is the Soul Shifters tribe over in Facebook. If you're not a part of our group, we would love for you to join us. The link is below, or you can DM me. Who's your spirit guide team? Okay, so when it comes to spirit guide team as a whole, we have multiple players in that spirit guide team. So we're going to today go through different aspects of the higher realms, the higher vibrations, and who is assigned to us, who gets to join us if they choose, and who we get to call in if we want. So, us as humans incarnated because we wanted to learn lessons, experience life that we simply cannot experience when we're in the higher vibrational realms. It's just absolutely impossible. That being said, who are we as we incarnate? We've all heard of soul. Our soul lives in us. Maybe you've heard of higher self. Well, a little bit about who we are and why we have such deep relationships with our spirit team is because on the other side, the higher realms, we all vibrate at such a limitlessness and high vibration that all of us could not fit into an incarnation dense vibration like a human being. So our higher selves, that's who we are as a whole, hanging out with all of the other higher selves in the higher dimensions, right? Our friends, our family, our loved ones that we may know here, may not know here, but we know on the other side. That's us. But when we want to explore what the lessons that can be learned on Earth, we actually send a portion and a piece of our energy to come on this journey. And that's what we call our soul. So deep inside of you, right below your heart center, we have that spark that drives your humanness, that human physical form, and that is your soul. That is a small piece of your greater whole energy that still has all of the same characteristics, quirkiness, personality traits. You don't change when you cross back over. You are still exactly who you are. And that is why it's so important for us to find our authentic self. So we bring a portion of us down here, but we still are so connected in the spirit world. And that brings us to the different layers of vibrations. So anything above and beyond us, we're all part of the spirit world. And this next level above us, lighter than us, we call the elementals. What are elementals? We're going to briefly talk about this because this sounds a little bit more magical and mystical, and it is. These energies and the elementals are very much nature-based. So they are a little bit heavier than some of the lighter archangel type of energy, but they do serve its purpose. The fairies, this is actually where the dragon realm stems from, the elementals. But everything, a lot of shamanism works with a lot of these animal spirits, these elementals who come and take care of our gardens, our nature, our forests. They have a protection over us in an earthly manner that is incomparable to the love of that you can get. They truly value the elements. That's why they're called elementals. You have spirit animals who come to you. You will typically have at least one spirit guide, if not animal guide, if not more at any given time. But just know, when you are out and about in nature, you will be coming across some of these energies. And if you actually vibrate on kind of that vibration, then they can become a part of your spirit team, especially if you ask them. So if you feel connected to butterflies, fairies, mystical type of magical beings, there's a reason for it. And you probably have multiple elementals on your team, or you're definitely connected and you can work with them throughout your life journey. Now, getting to spirit guides, we talked about our higher self. Our higher self, before we get incarnated, we team up with someone that we know will have our back from the very first breath to the very last breath here in our incarnation. That is our master guide. You will always have at least one master guide who will never, ever, ever leave your side. This is the spirit guide who probably more than likely has had an incarnation on earth before. You probably had a lifetime with them before. And you definitely resonate and vibrate on the same plane because they are able to communicate with you the best. They know your communication style, whether that be hearing, seeing, feeling, or just knowing. That's how they will communicate to you. But this is your spiritual best friend, your master guide. They know everything that you desire to learn and overcome. Also your passion and your purpose. And this guide in particular gives you opportunities throughout your life to get on one of the multiple paths towards your purpose. Your purpose and your path are different. You can take multiple paths to the same overall purpose. So this master guide is mine. Her name is Sharon. I met her when I was a teenager doing some channeling, and then I figured out that she was indeed my master guide, and she will be with me for the rest of my life here this go around. And then we also always have a protector, doorkeeper. So along with our master guide who will never leave our side, we have a protector guide. This one may or may not change throughout our incarnation, but you will always have a protector guide or a doorkeeper. Sometimes in the spirit world, what I've heard and channeled through is if you are over there looking for a job to do, because we don't just float around. When we're in the spirit world, this is something really for us to understand. We don't become one as in we're all just the same big flowy cloud. We all still have our own personality traits because we were sourced from our higher power, whether you want to call that God, source, universe, whatever it may be. You are always going to be you, no matter what. But if you're not incarnated at the time, we always want to elevate as souls. We're curious. As an energetic being, we are naturally curious and we always want to grow. So you might take on the job of partnering up, and you might be a master guide for one of your incarnated friends down the road or before. So that's how that works. Or maybe you want to get into being a spirit guide and you have had no training. So some of our doorkeepers are one of the first initial jobs as a spirit guide. So sometimes your doorkeeper that's always with you, but that particular doorkeeper might shift around. That's one of the first jobs as a spirit guide that you kind of get assigned to if you want. If you want. So your doorkeeper may be switching out, and you can always call and request an upgrade if you are feeling like there's energy that continues to bother you, people, places, and things, and you have tried everything to protect your own energy, and for some reason you just simply cannot. Ask. In this spirit realm, in the higher vibrations and your spirit team, all that is required is you ask. You do have free will. So they respect your space and will not intervene unless it's necessary. Anything that's necessary that may cause harm to you, not intentional, or going down the wrong path, they will intervene. But above and beyond that, you really simply need to ask. So if for some reason you find that you might need more protection from outside influences and you can't seem to figure out how to work with your energy to block off, simply ask. You will always have a protector, doorkeeper, guide on your team. So your master guide, let's see, yeah. So your master guide, your doorkeeper, or your protector guide. And the third one you will always have, but this one may or may not switch out according to your needs or desires or requests, is a chemist. And this chemist definitely sounds as it is. The chemist is almost like your energetic doctor. If you are going through a soul journey, a progression, a hiring of your vibration, your chemist will adjust your energy field. We are all made up of energy. At the subatomic level, even our body is vibrating at such a density that it shows us and looks like physical form. But if you break everything down, we're all just energy. So we have a built-in doctor. We've got a chemist, we've got a protector, and we've got our master guide. The master guide, again, never leaves our side, the same one. The doorkeeper, chemist may swap out, but you will always have one of them. So at least 3 at any given time. Typically, you automatically have an animal guide that we talked about. If you're drawn to a certain type of animal, pay attention. What animal stands out to you the next week? That's probably the type of animal guide that you have to support and protect you throughout life. At any given time, you can call on, there are guides for everything. Even if you wanted to learn a new trait, I want to play guitar maybe. Ask for a guitar spirit guide to come help you. There is no cap to how many spirit guides you can have at any given moment. You will always at least have 3, but you could have 100, 1,000 if you desire. Why would you not call on these energies that can help you? So where does that land our crossed over loved ones in our spirit guide team? Well, usually our crossed over loved ones aren't typically on the same exact vibrational plane as you, for no good or bad. And they typically aren't specifically trained in what you are trying to accomplish because they were living their own life experiences. So they had their own duties and challenges that they wanted to overcome. So they're probably not going to be versed on the ones that you chose. And third, which is the cutest to me, they still want what is best for us in the sense of making us happy. So they are not going to be the best guides for us because they will try to make us happy and safe. When maybe as a soul, our master guide knows that it's better that we go through certain struggles so we can come out on the other side a more in-depth person with more knowledge, more experience. That doesn't mean that our loved ones cannot be a part of our team. But keep in mind, they will typically be there simply for support, love, compassion. Sometimes you will just automatically feel them. And that's them reassuring you that they are with you. Keep in mind, they are still an energy just like you. So they will not be with you all the time. They cannot separate their energy into multi dimensions in the sense that we think of angels and source can. So when they come to visit, it's just as they did in incarnation. They come over to your house, they stay a while, give you some loving, catch up with you, give you support, and then they move on to whatever they're doing for the rest of their day, their time. So that's pretty much where the crossover loved ones come in with that. They come in for support, love, but they don't typically make the best guides because they still just want to make us happy. They want us to know that they're there, and they have the potential to get in the way of us learning our lessons. So they really just do come through for support. Moving past that vibrational plane up higher, 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 we get into the Ascended Masters. Who are the Ascended Masters? Well, people that may or may not have been incarnated. These are energies so developed that they're on such a high vibration plane. They literally live in a different dimension than our regular seventh dimension, spirit guides, loved ones. These are energies such as Jesus, Buddha, Mother Mary, Reiki masters of the past, present, and future that have gotten to, like Dr. Usui, who created the translation of how to actually perform the modality, healing energy modality of Reiki. So those are souls that some may have never even come to Earth, but the ones that have made a major impact on the energetic ripple effect of enlightening the vibration on this planet. So we can definitely call on these Ascended Masters to help us. They typically will come through in times of crisis, need, or request. They don't typically hang around like regular guides or even guides that I call in for day-to-day tasks and lessons and experiences. During rituals, whether you call them or not, they like to congregate when I do healing sessions. A lot of Ascended Masters, depending on the client that I'm with, or when we're in groups, they usually they like gatherings. So when we do our trust circles or our healing circles, even virtually, and there's multiple of us, like this type of event isn't, when we do our Zooms and we all energetically connect, Ascended Masters like to join, and they really up-level the vibration of everything. But you can absolutely call on any Ascended Master at any time. They can split their energy somewhat, so they can come at your call. They might, they won't stick around, but they will come if you call them. Moving on upwards, the vibration. Before we move on, does anyone have any questions? Please put them in the comments below. I love to answer questions. And when we hop off here, if you do think of something, you can always DM me. So moving up the ladder, the energetic elevator, I like to call it. So just think of yourself on Earth. You just moved up. You saw the elementals. You passed the cosmos. You passed all of that. Now we're into the elementals. Then we get into the higher self and spirit guide realm. And then we get into where we see their crossed loved ones, Ascended Masters, and now we go into the angel realm. Who are the angels? The angels are energies that have never been incarnated here before. Their energetic DNA, essentially, is unlike ours. they can split off into as many different callings as needed. We, on our energetic level, cannot do that. We do not have the capability. We are not made up of the same energy that angels are, but they are very much protectors. They very much step in when safety is needed. These are what a lot of people say they saw something when they were having a car crash or basically anything that's really scary that could have turned out really bad. The ones that will step in, that can stop something from happening or create something to happen, are angels. Our guides can guide us. They can direct us to go to, for, or block us, put something in the way. But the angels can actually adjust and shift. That's the difference. Everything. So when need be, and when you hear, or if you happen to be one of those souls that had an experience where they saw something, usually the person describes it as an angel or silhouette of wings. That's because your angels will step in when needed, but they will also come when called. Angels versus archangels. Archangels moving up are the energetic, basically, ladder, for no better or worse. There is no better. You don't level up in this ladder and one gets to look down on the other. We're all equal. There is no judgment. We all simply do different things. And what the archangels do, like Archangel Michael, it's not really, they're androgynous, angels and archangels. But that energy of Archangel Michael, a lot of the times seen visually as blue with royal gold around, is our protector. So not only will Archangel Michael be able to step in, but his main focus is all of Earth's protection. It is thought and believed by many that Archangel Michael had the creative idea of Earth, addressed it with source energy, whether you want to call that God, the universe, who, Allah, whatever you, and was granted the ability to create this magnificent experience we get to have, which we call Earth. No wonder why Archangel Michael, the highest priority is our safety and protection. He is our overseer. Archangel Raphael, another archangel, whose emphasis is on healing. Earth as a whole, healing. Archangel Samuel, love, compassion. So they have overall arcing themes, intentions, very specifics, where all angels are at our fingertips to help all of us in any way. And that brings us to Source. What is Source? Source is the unlimited, it's limitless, no boundaries, unconditional energy of love. There's absolutely no room for judgment, for punishment, for guilt. It simply does not belong. That is a human trait and behavior, fear, that humans created to create a hierarchy to figure out what the heck we're doing here. We can't blame ourselves. We didn't know any better. We just tried to figure out some sort of system, because going from having no boundaries to restriction, we started to create habits, fears, and implement them on others so we could have some sort of structure here. But source energy, absolutely, in my mind, I love all religions, all beliefs, because I truly believe that whatever that person is believing in is true. I don't doubt you. Even if you feel like there's something more, but you don't believe in something specific, I believe you. And that is your truth. Even if you have a specific name for this thing, I believe you. And I genuinely know that that is true. And my belief is that we're all talking about the same thing. And however we're able to understand it that makes sense to us, that makes sense on why we have different beliefs at our heart. You may belong to a belief system and you resonate with part of it and you don't with part of it. That is absolutely fine. I encourage you to continue to trust and believe in the stuff that resonates with you. Because if it's resonating, it's making sense for a reason. And disregard all of the rest. We have had so many years of humanness and religion and ways to create suppression and fear that it would be silly if you didn't question some stuff, even if you are in a religion that you believe in. I get it. I get it. Maybe you believe nothing, no religion at all, but you have your own spiritual belief system. That to me is absolutely true. As long as you believe that there's a power greater than yourself, even if that's nature, that gives you purpose in life. And us getting to know our spirit guide team is so important because we have unlimitless resources for help and guidance. So I encourage you to reach out. I channeled 5 things your spirit guides want you to know. The 5 things are: you are worthy. You are absolutely worthy. There's not one person, place, or thing that is more important than you to your spirit team. They are always assisting you, whether you feel like they are or not. Whether you can hear them, feel them, see them or not. That is their job. They love you. They are always assisting you. Even if you might not believe some days, they're still assisting you. Another thing they want you to know, your spirit team, is they will try to, and they will deliver you communication in the style that is your strength. If you don't know what your intuition superpower is, join us next month for our intuition course, or you can ask me about our monthly membership. They will deliver messages to you in the best way that you are able to receive them. The one thing I recommend for you to do is try to quiet yourself enough to be able to hear the messages. That's all it takes. The other thing they want you to know, your spirit team, when I channeled in, it is not scary. Think of them as your beloved support system who will absolutely never judge you and always steer you in the right direction if you allow them to. They will provide you with opportunities. It's your job to say yes. And the last one is that you absolutely have free will at any time to change the trajectory of your life. There is not a fixed destiny. You have desires, wants, and a purpose for yourself in this lifetime. There are many different timelines and choices that you can take to try to get to that destination. With outside influence, we start making decisions in life, and sometimes we feel like we're off track. You are not in a fixed destiny. If you do not like how your life is feeling, looking to you, you can change it at any given time. You are not destined for bad luck. You are not destined for a bad relationship. You are not destined to be poor. You are not destined to be stuck. You can change your life at any time. And I encourage you to connect in with your spirit guide team. That is the fastest way to start never, ever, ever feeling alone ever again. As soon as I started talking to my guides every single day, not one day has gone by that I feel alone. So if you would like any more information, I absolutely encourage you to check out our monthly membership. The link is on the bottom. It's Intuition Activation Academy, which is our online soul-driven academy, and it's /membership, which will give you all the information about a membership. Or you can DM me. We can hop on a stress-free chit chat if you'd like. No pressure. But if you do want to start living the life you were meant for, the one your soul intended when she got with her master spirit guide, you came up with your amazing blueprint for this life. You want help getting back on track? Finding fulfillment and your joy? Oh my gosh, rediscovering what is my joy? Then DM me and we'll get some information to you. So I hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend. If you do celebrate Good Friday and Easter, I'm sending my love to you. And if you're able to enjoy a nice spring break, I am sending all of my love and spiritual hugs your way. Remember to take all of you with you, no matter where you go. You are important and you are on purpose. We need you here, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.